Good morning, ballers. Welcome into Sports with Balls, guys. Wednesday, September the 17th. It's been a minute. Sorry. That's all I can say. Sorry. I'm back, though. Let's get going. Sports, and more sports. 30-minute banger episode of Sports with Balls. I'm your host, Jeff Michael. Let's get rocking. You're tuned into Sports with Balls, morning fire for everything sports. Got MLB playoff races tightening up this weekend. There is a huge series in Houston. Talk about that here in a little bit. NFL Week 2 in the books. Week 3 spreads are live. And, of course, we'll have the parlay of the day for you in the NFL. So let's blast off, guys. Let's get going. First of all, what holidays are on September the 17th? We always start the show with our national holidays. So here we go. International Patient Safety Day, National Pet Bird Day. Do not have one. Australian Citizenship Day. What do we got? Constitution Day. There we go. International Country Music Day. That's pretty interesting. I need to go country music dancing soon. Hint, hint. Hint, hint. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking to. I need to go country dancing. National Apple Dumpling Day. All right. Monte Cristo Day. Pet Carbon Monoxide. Professional House Cleaners Day. National School Backpack Awareness, which is weird, man. Right? Like, do your kids also have clear backpacks that go to school now because dumbasses, I guess, bring guns to school? Shuffleboard Day, Smithsonian Day. Oh, the Smithsonian. Ashley, there we go. Going to Smithsonian this weekend. Boom. Time's Up Day. What is that's a relationship one. Man. Time's Up Day. World Patient Safety Day. All right, there you go. Go country dancing. Have some patience. National Shuffleboard Day, and National Awareness Day. This Time's Up Day is pretty interesting. Being a bigger person, apparently it's awfully easy to drift apart with people over a little disagreement. So make up with people. Okay? You hear me? Make up with people. Let's get to some sports, guys. That was your national holidays. This is Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael, your host. As always, today's show is brought to you by Butler CCS. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. Get over to Butler CCS on any social media platform or just type it in your browser, man. 713-330-9472. Fire, water, mold, roofing. West Butler at Butler CCS has got you covered, guys. Flat out amazing, man. Get over there and give them a shout. Ordonez Movers, guys. Ordonez Moving Services. We make everything easier. These guys are the best in the business. I would call them now. I just use them. 713-373-1659. They will take care of all your moving needs, local and long distance, packing and unpacking, licensed. They are insured. Call Ordonez Movies today and let them take the weight off your shoulders. Last but not least, guys, Hercules Geotechnical Consultants. Okay. Building on a solid foundation starts with reliable information on the ground beneath you. Whether you're building a home, a highway, or industrial facility, geotechnical testing is the key to ensure safety, compliance, and efficiency. Give them a call, guys. Numbers right there on your screen. 713-884-5504 for those of y'all listening podcast-wise. Thank you for tuning in to Sports with Balls. Let's get going. Where are we starting off today? MLB? Is that where we're going? Major League Baseball? Cal Raleigh? Cal Raleigh tied, tied Ken Griffey Jr. now. He hit 2 homers last night, 55 and 56, to pass Mickey Mantle for home runs by a switch hitter. And he ties Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners record. This is just weird to me, man. And I brought this up on numerous occasions. How this guy just came out of nowhere. I mean, he's been good. He's been a home run, not a home run hitter, but I mean, not even close to this many, dude. 56? That's crazy. Nobody's testing this guy. the Big Dumper, where he got his nickname's the Big Dumper, and he got his nickname from a college roommate, I guess, that he's got some junk in the trunk, right? But he's a humble guy. He seems to be nice. Seattle's in first place, so I mean everything seems good. Houston is now a half game behind the Seattle Mariners in that division. Now, Houston's 6-4, but the Mariners have won 10 in a row. That is, I mean, the Mariners are hot. The Mariners are hot at the right time. And guess where the Mariners are playing this weekend? That's right. You guessed it. Houston, freaking Texas. That is going to be a playoff series. That place will be wild. It's in Houston. I probably will be going to one of those games, if not two of them. Should be an absolute blast up there. Seattle at Houston starting Friday. The Astros has just beaten the Rangers twice. The Rangers are now 4.5 games out. They look really, really bad for the playoffs. So, yeah, you need to win that division, I think, because the wild card race over there in the American League is Boston Red Sox are third in that wild card race, half a game back behind the Houston Astros, who, if they jump into first, obviously Seattle will jump down there. And the Yankees are +2 in the wild card race in the American League. Right behind that, you got the Guardians and the Rangers, and then the Royals. But those chances are looking really slim now. How many games we have left? How many games left in the season? Let's see. I know we're coming into the end. I mean, there can't be more than 15 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games left in the season. Nothing bigger than this series, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Houston. Wow. Damn. There's a game. Let's see. They play tonight. Houston's off on Thursday, and then they start that series. Seattle. Let's see. Houston has the Oakland A's or the Oakland A's. I'm staring at a Jose Canseco signed bat. That's why I said Oakland A's. That's awesome. And then they had the Athletics and the Angels. So Houston still has room after that. 6 games, but big series. Huge, huge series. Let's go into the other divisions, man. Some people already have this stuff locked up. There's the Toronto Blue Jays 5 games up on the Yankees. That looks to be a lock. And the Yankees look to be not a lock, but in really good shape to get into the wild card. Man, I want to see a Houston-New York series. I want to see the Yankees and the Astros, man. Let's get it. Detroit pretty much has everything locked up. Now, Cleveland's made a run lately. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've won 5 in a row. The Guardians are 5.5 games back of Detroit with 10 games to go. So they could make a really big push to try to get in a playoff race or win that division. Detroit would have to really, really just drop the ball in order to make that happen. I told you about Seattle and Houston already. Over in the National League, Philadelphia has locked in their playoff spot. They are good to go. They won the division. The Mets, all that money on the Mets, and they just can't do it. I don't know if they're even going to make the playoffs. The wild card looks like this in the National League. Chicago 9 games up in the wild card for the the first seed in the wild card. San Diego Padres are 4 games up, and then you have the Mets. Behind them, Arizona is a game and a half out of there, and the Cincinnati Reds. So the Mets could make it in there as a wild card. We are going to find out here shortly. Let's see. The Nationals have been eliminated, FYI. The Milwaukee Brewers have clinched their playoff spot. They haven't clinched the division yet because of the Cubs are only 5 games back, but they have clinched their playoff spot. And the Dodgers and the Padres are duking it out in the West. Do they have a series left against each other? Please tell me they do. Because it's only at 2 games. I know they just played, and Dodgers took 2 or 3, which is pretty good. They do not. But the Dodgers and Seattle tip off at the end of the year. Woo, that is huge. That is huge for the Astros and huge for Seattle. Going into it's at Seattle, so the Dodgers play in Seattle their last 3 games. Before that, they have Arizona, who plays them tough. And then they have a 4-game set with San Francisco starting tomorrow. Man, the playoffs are on. Like MLB play. I love baseball, and for this reason alone is that the playoffs have pretty much already started. Like for some of these teams, you have to be playing playoff baseball. If you are the Dodgers, if you're the Astros, if you're the Mariners, if you're the Red Sox, I mean, there's a ton of teams that need to be playing really good baseball right now. You cannot afford to lose. You cannot. Man, like baseball is on point. We'll get into more baseball as we progress down the line. Let's see. I guess, let's see. I have a show Friday. Next Monday, we're really going to see a lot. Next Monday on the show will be interesting. Any other top headlines? Let's see. We got to go over. I'm not getting into WNBA. Now let's jump into football. I'll do the parlay of the day here in a little bit for MLB. I'm not gonna do. I don't know if there's any college football games, some of those other division games, but I'll do MLB parlay of the day here in a little bit. But the huge story over the weekend that doesn't have to do with the NFL scores is Tom Brady being in the booth. I don't know how I feel about this. I'll tell you, it looked weird. It looked weird to see Tom Brady because he's also an analyst. He also gets inside information. It just looked weird. It didn't help him. It didn't help the Raiders. Geno Smith threw 3 interceptions, and they looked terrible. So I don't know who he was on the phone with, but Tom Brady in the booth during the game, but also doing the color analyst for the game is awkward. It's really, really weird. The NFL will step in here. The NFL will tell Tom Brady, do not get back in that booth. I know Tom Brady's competitive. I know he wants to tell him that he probably saw something, but you can't be in both. You cannot do both. You can't be an owner of a team. You can't be a color analyst and then be in the booth. That is and when I say in the booth, I mean he's in there with the offensive coordinators calling plays. It was awkward. It was very awkward. Not a fan. The other thing that went on was the tush push by the Eagles. This play has not bothered me at all until this weekend. It just bothered me. They beat the Chiefs 20-17, and I want to say it was just because of the tush push. Like it's an ugly play. It's offsides almost every time. It's just I'm done with it. I'm done with the tush push. I thought it was all right. I didn't have a problem with it, but now I do. I have a problem with the tush push now, and they can't officiate it, and I think that's why they're going to finally get rid of it. It was only 2 owners' votes away from being banned this past season. Now the NFL should step in and tell them you cannot do the tush push anymore. It is ridiculous. It's unofficiable. You can't officiate it. Did I say unofficiable? All right. Welcome to early morning shows. You cannot officiate that play, and I'm not a fan. It was the first time I looked at it, and I was like, "This sucks. This sucks." It's a boring play. Don't like it. Get rid of it. All right, let's go over the scores real quick from last week. The Commanders lost to the Packers. Man, dude, Packers look good. Packers look good. I'm going to get into their games here in a minute. Bengals lost Joe Burrow. The Bengals are already heading in the wrong direction. They're 2-0, which is insane. 1 game away from the playoffs last year. Joe Burrow with an MVP season and now out for the year. He has begun his career with 3 devastating injuries. Rookie campaign got stopped because the knee? Now it's the foot. All the greats don't get hurt, man. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes. Joe Burrow's really good, man. He's really good, but he gets hurt. He's the Jordan Alvarez of Cincinnati. Cowboys, in one of the best games we've seen in a long time, beat the Giants. They moved to 1-1, but if you're going to rely on your field goal kicker to kick 7 field goals or whatever it was, you're not going to win a lot of games. Even though you can kick them from the other side of the field. What is it? Now with field goal kickers, if you get a first down, if you get the ball at the 35, right, or even the 25, or let's just say the 30. If you have the ball at the 30-yard line, you are 2 first downs away from a field goal. Man, a lot of people are calling for maybe a rule change in the NFL. No, or moving the. It's like, is it too easy for kickers? But no, it's not. Don't ban somebody or give like make the game harder because a couple of guys are really good. The Lions finally show their teeth and beat the Bears 52-21. The Bears are the Bears. There's this. I'll tell you in a minute. Week 3, there's some coaches on the hot seat. It's big. The Rams, my pick to go to the Super Bowl 2-0, beat the Titans 33-19. Patriots beat the Dolphins, are 0-2. Hot seat coach right there. Niners, the 49ers win with Mac Jones, who is just like Brock Purdy. So I'm not too shocked that Mac Jones is leading the 49ers to a victory because Purdy's out. Niners moved to 2-0, Saints 0-2. Bills up in the Jets, they're 2-0. Seahawks beat the Steelers. Ravens beat the Browns. Colts win again by 1 point in a great football game. Great. Colts are 2-0. Texans 0-2. Getting that in a second. Cardinals 2-0. Beat the Panthers. Eagles 2-0. Beat the Chiefs. Man, the Eagles look like a Super Bowl bound team. Falcons 22-16 6 over the Vikings. And then Monday night. Monday night was terrible. I had a bad Monday night. Houston Texans had a bad Monday night, and the Raiders had a bad Monday night. Man, the Houston Texans. Baker Mayfield looks like Joe Montana. 2 comeback victories in the fourth quarter. Baker Mayfield out here slanging it. Golly. I like Baker. I've got him on a fantasy team. They're 2-0. Buccaneers look good too. So I said all these 2-0 teams, and I want to get to the standings because I want to see who is your best. Who's the best 2-0 team? The Bills, the Bengals, the Colts, the Chargers. Those are your 4 in the in the AFC. And then in your NFC, you've got the Eagles, the Packers, the Bucks, and then you get the NFC West. That's basically the whole thing. Niners, Cardinals, Rams. There's only 4 teams in the AFC, so let's start with the AFC. Chargers, Colts, Bengals, Buffalo. We're going to throw out Cincinnati because Joe Burrow's hurt. And then it's just really the obvious. You've got Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills are plus 21 right now in their differential, and they look fantastic. They're going to win that division, and they're going to have a first-round bye, and then we're going to see what happens. The Colts look really good. My Lord, who would have thought Daniel Jones on fire? I picked him up in fantasy this week. Screw it. Daniel Jones is on point. They whatever they're doing in that offense, it's clicking. It's clicking. And then the Chargers look like the Chargers, man. The Los Angeles Chargers look good. They look really good. So, but I'm still going to take the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles are 2-0, but they've only won by a total combined 7 points in their 2 victories, which is, it's all right. It's not bad, but Washington's right behind them. Cowboys 1-1. Yeah. Green Bay Packers. I said Bucks and Rams in the NFC championship, and it may be Packers and Rams. It could be Packers and Eagles. Wow. Packers Commanders. I don't know. I mean, the NFC is by far way more, I guess, I wouldn't say competitive, but I mean, because you have the NFC South of there, but then you have also the AFC South, and both those are, you take those division outs, we got a bunch of good football teams. But the Titans and Texans look terrible in the AFC. I don't know what you do if you're a Houston Texans fan. You throw in the towel on CJ Stroud. I mean, look, Mixon's hurt. Tank Dell got hurt last year. But you should be better than you are. You should be at least 1-1. You've only lost by a total of 6 points. That's the good news. What's the Houston Texans schedule coming up? The Jaguars, Titans. They have 2 games coming up that they need to win both of them. If they lose both of those games to the Jags and Titans, Houston's done for, number 1. Number 2, you're going to have a lot of rumblings. A lot of rumblings. Jaguars are terrible. Titans are terrible. You cannot lose either one of those games. Those are divisional games. That'll be really rough. So, this week's games. Let's get it on. I'm stoked. This Sunday will be the first Sunday I am able to actually watch football on television. I had 2 back-to-back softball tournaments for my daughter, and now this Sunday I will be able to sit down and watch football. Thursday night game sucks. I'll tell you that right now. Dolphins and Bills. Bills are minus 12.5 right now. I have no idea why. It should be 17. I'm just kidding. That's a lot. But Dolphins have played terrible football. This is in Buffalo. This should be if the first half's -8 or whatever, take that. This should be unbelievable blowout. That being said, you know how gambling works. Maybe take the Dolphins plus 12.5. Texans and Jaguars. I told you about that a minute ago. Jacksonville is favored. Jacksonville Jaguars are favored in this game, guys. 1.5. That's crazy. Packers and Browns. The Packers only 7.5. I'd jump on that all day long. This is in Cleveland, but Joe Flacco has 2 TDs and 3 interceptions so far on the year. He looks terrible. The Packers look phenomenal. This should be a 14 to 20 point loss for the Browns. So jump all over the Packers. Colts at the Titans. Good football game here for Indianapolis. They're 2-0. They go into Tennessee, who's not playing that well. Daniel Jones is on point. Looks like the MVP of the league. Jonathan Taylor's on. I mean, the Colts are clicking. Give me Indy minus 3.5. I'll take that. I know it's a divisional game, and you're waiting for the ball to drop with Daniel Jones, but I don't see it. Bengals at Minnesota. Minnesota's favored by 3.5. I'm not touching that game. I don't know how the Bengals are going to do without Joe Burrow yet, so I'm leaving that alone. Steelers at the Patriots. Pittsburgh minus 1.5. Pittsburgh played great. Aaron Rodgers played great. First game. So far after that, though, nothing. I'm not doing anything with that game. Rams at the Eagles. This is a fun game. Philadelphia minus 3.5. This is a really good football game. Give me the Rams plus 3.5 in a statement game. I like the Rams. Jets and the Bucks. Bucks minus 6.5. May take that. I don't know yet. I'll leave that alone. Raiders at the Commanders. Should be a good football game. Maybe a bounce back game for the Raiders. We'll see. Falcons at the Panthers. Broncos at the Chargers, which is always a fun game. Justin Herbert already with 5 touchdowns on the year. J.K. Dobbins for the Broncos, 2 touchdowns already. Mr. Johnson, Quinn Johnson for the Chargers, 3 touchdowns. I have him on fantasy. If you don't have him, you need to get him. I'm not touching that game. It's fun to watch. Saints at the Seahawks. Cowboys at the Bears. Cowboys minus 1.5. Give me that. I think the Cowboys. Well, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. If the Cowboys lose to the Bears, holy shit. Cardinals at the 49ers in a really good football game, and then the Chiefs-Giants on Sunday night. We'll go over Monday night's game later on. NCAA, there's not a whole lot I'm going to jump into with the NCAA right now. I'll do some NCAA stuff on Friday. We'll get into the scores for this or the games this weekend and what lines and Arch Manning and all that jazz. We'll touch on that later on. Any NFL news other than that? Bills quarterback Josh Allen will wear a visor to protect his broken nose. That was pretty interesting. He broke his nose and stayed in the game. That was dope. That's it. You got Bengals lose their quarterback, the tush push, and Brady in the booth. We saw all of that. I covered all of that already on the show. All right, let's get to the parlay of the day on Major League Baseball today before we get out of here. Who we got? Wednesday, September 17th, which means day games, folks. Cubs and the Pirates. Woo! I'm not touching that game. That looks like a good pitching matchup with Boyd versus Oviedo. That guy's pretty good. 2-0 with a 2.81 for for the Pirates. Let's see. Reds and Cardinals. Nah. Orioles at the White Sox. I like the Orioles. Give me the Orioles. And I'll put this up later on for you guys. Give me the Orioles today. Giants at the Diamondbacks. No. Braves at the Nationals. No. Guardians at the Tigers. Good matchup there. These are tonight games now. Athletics at the Red Sox. Ooh. Give me the Sox. I think they lost last night to the A's. So definitely give me the Red Sox. Orioles, Red Sox. What else we got? Blue Jays at the Rays. Who's pitching? Guzman for the Blue Jays? That's interesting. No, I'll leave that alone. Give me the Brewers. Woodruff on the mound. Definitely taking the Brewers. So Orioles, Red Sox, Brewers. Brewers are taking on the Angels, who are just a bad baseball team. Yankees and Twins. Yankees. Ooh. Maybe throw the Yankees in there too. Man, there's some good matchups today. Who we got? Marlins and the Rockies. Wow. I'm going to take the Marlins too. This is a 5-team parlay today with the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Brewers, the Yankees, and the Marlins. There is a parlay of the day. My goodness. All right, guys. Look, Hercules, Geotechnical Consultants, man, give them a call. You always need to check that soil before you start any construction project. 713-884-5504. For those of y'all listening to the podcast version, give my guy a call over there. Mark Fuentes, 713-884-5504. Also, Ordonez Movers, guys. Make moving easy. These guys are amazing. They're fast. They're safe. They're reliable. They are insured. Book now and mention this post for a special discount, whether it's across Texas. Ordonez Movers makes your move smooth, stress-free, and affordable, professional, reliable, always on time. These are the movers you actually want showing up on moving day. Butler CCS, 713-330-9472. 713-330-9472. Fire, water, mold, roofing, you name it. If something's on with your house, call Wes Butler. ASAP. He'll get you taken care of. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Sports with Balls. You got your parlay of the day. We went over the MLB races, and we went over the NFL stories and scores and lines for this coming up week. There's more on Friday. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls.